up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Draw and Talk with your boy Tyler. I need to fix my mic. I'm not liking this setup. I want it to come back in this. That's what I want. I'm trying to think, do I do it now during the stream or not? We have Poro Jumol. Am I the first? Yes, you are. Yeah, it's this is gonna be an interesting show. Wasn't 100% planned to go live tonight. You know, typically we do. It's a Monday, but you know, I got a lot on my mind that I want to talk about. A big thing I want to discuss today is kind of like not like the death of comic books, because comic books are doing great, but there's a certain format that's not doing well. And now that you have the kind of like quote unquote like potential downfall of Diamond, we're now seeing comics have to adapt now. Like, comics are very much being thrown into this adapt or die mentality. Let's see, adapt or die. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see. Here, yeah. Let's see.
You're unhappy, Grady. Why?
Here we go. So basically, dude, I love this movie because I always, like, whenever I talk to comic book people, I always feel like I am Brad Pitt's character. Oh, nothing's showing up. What the frick? Come on. Motion. Come on. Mac. Display. Window capture. Oh, then we want Google Chrome. So now if I play it.
What?
There we go.
Oh. May I speak candidly?
Sure, go ahead.
Major League Baseball and its fans, they're going to be more than happy to throw you and Google Boy under the bus if you keep doing what you're doing here. You don't put a team together with a computer, Billy.
No?
No. Baseball isn't just numbers. It's not science. If it was, then anybody could do what we're doing, but they can't because they don't know what we know. They don't have our experience and they don't have our intuition.
Okay.
Billy, you got a kid in there that's got a degree in economics from Yale. You got a scout here with 29 years of baseball experience. You're listening to the wrong one. Now, there are intangibles that only baseball people understand. You're discounting what scouts have done for 150 years, even yourself?
Adapt or die.
This is about you and your shit, isn't it? 20 years ago, some scout got it wrong.
Whoa. Okay.
Now you're going to declare war on the whole system.
Okay. My turn.
I'm already
You don't
getting
have
flagged.
a crystal ball. You can't look at a kid and predict his future any more than I can. I've sat at those kitchen tables with you and listened to you tell those parents when I...
You know, you have basically, like, in this clip, you have, let's see. Here we go. Here's another one.
Big ideas
Totally demonetized.
don't come easy.
Ugly girlfriend means no.
Good. What's the problem?
The problem is we have to replace 3 key players in our lineup.
What's the problem?
Same as it's ever been. We've got to replace these guys with what we have existing.
No. What's the problem, Barry?
We need 38 home runs, 120 RBIs, and 47 doubles to replace.
The problem we're trying to solve is that there are rich teams and there are poor teams. Then there's 50 feet of crap. And then there's us. It's an unfair game.
How you doing, John?
And now we've been gutted. Like organ donors for the rich. Boston's taking our kidneys. Yankees taking our heart. And you guys are sitting around talking the same old good body nonsense like we're selling jeans. like we're looking for Fabio. We got to think differently.
This is how like I feel whenever people are like, you gotta put spinner racks back in the grocery stores. You gotta put them in newsstands, magazine stands. It's like, that doesn't work anymore. That does not work anymore. That shift it might have worked. That mentality of how you sell a comic book, especially in the mainstream way, does not work anymore. What's up, Ichthus? How you doing? And so, with Moneyball, it's the same thing. They're like, well, this is what we're supposed to do it. He's like, no, we have to think differently. This is not going to work.
We are the last dog at the bowl. You see what happens to the runt of the litter? He dies.
Billy, that's a very touching story and everything, but I think we're all very much aware of what we're facing here. You have a lot of experience and wisdom in this room. Now, you need to have a little bit of faith and let us do the job of replacing Giambi.
Is there another first baseman like Giambi?
No, not really.
No.
And if there was, could we afford him?
No. Nope.
Then what the fuck are you talking about, man? If we try to play like the Yankees in here, we will lose to the Yankees out there.
Boy, that sounds like fortune cookie wisdom to me, Billy.
No, that's just logic.
Who's Fabio?
Seriously, this is like, here.
We'll lose to the Yankees out there.
Come on.
If we try to play like the Yankees in here, we will lose to the Yankees out there.
Boy, that sounds like fortune cookie wisdom to me, Billy.
Like, seriously, that's the typical, you talk to a typical comic book creator or like old school comic book fan, and you tell them like, this is the realities of what we need to do in order to make comics, and like the conversation always is different when you're talking to an indie creator or someone, or you're talking about the mainstream. But regardless, you tell mainstream like, hey, this is what needs to be done. This is the best way to do it. And you get these like ancient like people going, well, this is how it was. This is how it was in my day. Like, just because like if someone like John Romita Jr. or Eric Larson or those two, any like those two are like, Mark Silvestri. If like those guys are all fantastic, legendary creators. But if they were to be like, well, just back in my day, you just put a comic book in the shop. It's like, it doesn't work like that. I watched this documentary about Bone, the creator of Bone. They're like, when we put our book out in the stores, it sold 3,000 copies, and then 10,000, and then 20,000. It's like, you cannot do that anymore. You cannot do that anymore. It's not happening. And yet we're still constantly talking in these discussions about what should we do? So I put this tweet up. It says, how do we get kids into comics? And I said the answer is easy. It's already happening. It's just not the places that comics are used to. Okay, digitally we're seeing kids. And when I say kids, I'm talking about like anywhere from 5 to 8 years old to like 10 to 15 years old to teenagers, okay? They're reading their comics on Webtoons. They're reading their comics on Tapastix, other freaking apps. That's just like the way that it happens. And then everything else is being done, and then Amazon. And then how are they buying their physical stuff? Barnes & Noble, Target, Walmart, Amazon. And so, like, some of these responses are nuts. So we have Donald DeLay, who was being sarcastic the whole time, saying, no, we need spinner racks back in stores. We don't need to adapt. We need spinner racks. And guys, get me wrong. Like, I've got a spinner rack up here. We have Eric Hodson. It's amazing to me that people are still drawing out this discussion. The apps are the spinner racks of today. Make a stories for kids and put that out there and everywhere, and they'll find it like 100%. They will find it. Okay, you don't believe that the apps are the spinner rack, guys? I can go to Global Comics right now and check it out. What's on the rack right now? I've got Batman, I've got Mindset, I've got Year Zero, I've got Shit Kickers, Once Upon a Time at the End of the World, I got Birds of Prey, I've got more Batman, I've got Houses of the Unholy, Justice League, Last Ride, I've got Batman by Tom King, Scott Snyder. Let's see, what else do I got? I got some humor stuff. Like this is how you browse. This is how you browse. You're not browsing in a freaking bin going like this. Oh, my elbow's so fucking ashy. You're just like this. No, that's like, why would you do that? Like, I don't want to do that. But look, I can read runs right here. Okay, in fact, you know what I'm doing tonight? Because I've got a fucking 8-hour freaking trip, airplane trip. I'm going to be downloading a shit ton of comics on my iPad to read on the plane tomorrow. Okay? And guess what? Guess what I don't have to do? I don't have to. So one time, the last time I went on a trip and I brought a book, where was it? Where's the book that I brought? It's buried over there. So let's just use this for example. Let's just use my own book, for example. I bring Girl with the Megafist Volume 3, 200 pages. You think I can't read this? I am gone for 5 days. You don't think I can read this in 5 days? I have an 8-hour trip. You don't think I can read any fucking comic book in 8 hours, let alone a whole week? So if I wanted to, like, how do I get as many comic books to read? You get them on this. You get them on this. And don't get me wrong. And like, don't get me wrong. People read. People go to digital and then they will buy the physical. I don't understand why that is such a foreign concept. Like, I really don't understand how that's a foreign concept that people like you talk to some creators, some fans, they go, there's no reason why I would buy a physical book if I can read it digitally. Hold on. Oh, very cute. I don't get it. I don't get the disconnect. And anytime someone's like, Tyler, I don't believe you. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, you can't see it because I have a freaking stack of comic books right there. But I read, and I've done this example a million times, but I don't care. I binge read like 200 chapters of The Promised Neverland on my phone. And what happened was I got so invested in the story. I loved it so much. Okay, so I spent $5 digitally. Then I spent $30 on a statue that probably cost $2 to make. And then I spent $200 on the box set. Now, did I do the same thing with Dragon Ball Z? No. Because I spent $200 on various video games, some trading cards, and some action figures. And endless hours on the TV watching all the episodes. So maybe someone reads the comic, the mainstream comic. Keep in mind, I'm talking about mainstream stuff right now. I'm not talking indie. Indie is a whole other thing. We got Mr. X in the house. How you doing? We got Chad Townsend. How you doing? Okay, look, we're talking from the mainstream, okay? I read a digital comic for $5. I read a digital comic. It's okay, because mainstream people, they're selling IPs. I just need to, you know what? I just need a freaking, let's do this, studio mode, because I don't think people get this. I don't think people are going to get this. Okay. Real quick, guys, this is these are thumbnails for a book I'm doing with Jose Garcia. Probably, if you watched the last stream, we were talking about this. There's the logo, Blackjack Duelist. I played Blackjack to save the world. And then here's some of the designs, and I have the thumbnails. I just have to send him the script for this. But let me show. Let's talk about this. Okay. I'm angry. I'm getting the whiteboard. By the way, at work, anytime one of my employees sees me pull out a whiteboard, they're like, "Fuck, Tyler's about to go crazy." Okay. Okay. Pay attention. School's in session. All right. Can everyone hear me? We good? Okay. Here's the thing. People are like, oh, no, they're not going to make money off of digital. Bullshit. Okay. I was thinking about this today. I cracked it. Okay. Bullshit. Okay. Current model. This is horrible resolution. Okay. Start all over. Current model. Gosh, now I got my markers now. Current model. All right, ready? Current model. Are we paying attention? I'm not employed, but I'm groaning. Current model, okay? Publisher plus creator, okay? Ready? They make a book. They make a book. They put it in Diamond. Then they put it in a retail store. Okay? Plus, you know what's also in here is the manufacturing. Like printing and stuff. Okay. Customer buys it. Let's say the book is like $4.99. Okay. Book is $4.99. After they get their cut, Diamond gets their cut, you have the cost for the manufacturing, blah, 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 blah. If you're lucky, and I don't know the exact numbers, but if you're lucky, let's just say you get $1 a book. Let's just say you get $1 a book. Now, let's say that the average like hardcore comic creator, let's just say that they order 5 books a month. They've got their Batman, the Superman, the Spider-Man, blah, blah, blah. So really, you are making per reader, $5 a month as a customer, okay? What if you did this? Digital first model. You ready for this? DC Marvel, if you're watching, listen up. And I know you guys got your apps, but you guys got to do a better job freaking promoting them. Okay? $5. We need to make $5. So what if, okay? And this is them buying only 5 books. They're stopping at 5 books. Okay? Which, if you think about it, is like $20 a month, okay? You're charging them $20 a month. Yeah. All right. That's what the consumer, by the way, is paying. The consumer is paying like $20 and the publisher is only making like 5 of that, okay? So what if the publisher did this? They have an app where if you read, let's just go $5 to $7, okay? Let's just go $5 to $7, you get unlimited reading, okay? Now every month, you are getting the cost of what you would have made without the store, the Diamond, and the manufacturing. Okay, perfect. So now you're making that monthly. But then, guess what? Now that the consumer, guess what now? Has more money. Which means, what do they get to do? They get to, because reading's unlimited, they get to read more comics. Woo! And they're reading them digitally. But now that they're reading more series, guess what you've now opened up the opportunity for? Buying more completed trades. And then you make more money. Is that a bad Is that bad? How are you switching the colors of the markers so fast? Oh man. And so like when we're talking, like, I don't get how this isn't like I just don't get how that, like, you spent, I would spend $5 on a DC app. I would spend $5 on a Marvel app. I don't even read Marvel, but I would spend that much to get unlimited reading. And you know what would happen? This only works if you have an extensive backlog where a monthly fee is applicable. Correct. You're absolutely right, Herman. That's why this only works with Marvel, DC, Image, Boom. Like, this only works for mainstream. This only works for mainstream. Okay, but $5 to $7, you get unlimited reading. I now have more money, which means I'm going to read more comics, and then I've got more money. I'm going to buy some trades. I'm going to buy more trades, which they easily make more money. Okay, and if I love the series so much, I love Scott Snyder's Batman run, guess what? I'm going to buy volumes 1 to 10. I love Sean Gordon Murphy's whole series so much, I'm going to buy all 3 volumes. This, I don't get how the mainstream is not thinking about this. I really don't. I really, really don't. Real quick, guys, I need to do this. Please forgive me. I do have a campaign going on, My Sexy Witch Academia. Please go check it out. We are it's crazy. I didn't know it. Nope, that's not the button. There we go. This is My Sexy Witch Academia. Link is in the chat. Link is in the description. We have 15 more days to go. Stretch goal. We're trying to get to 15K right now. That would be fantastic. 15K lets me know, hey, we're going to end the chapter at chapter 6. But if we get to 20 grand, we'll end the series at chapter 8, and then we'll see how we go from there. Add-ons, we always do an acrylic standee, a keychain. This is a new comic. My cute coworker wants to kill me and then marry me. All the Super Plumber Sisters. We got Cthulhu Murders. This is $10 for a 70-page graphic novel. We have Bold Assassin 1 and 2. My Life is RPG $10. My Sexy Witch, you can get 1 and 2 to catch up on the series. Read it. You'll see it on the timeline on the regular, I promise you. We got Girl with the Mega Fist, all 4 volumes right there. $15 each for 800 pages of story. $15 each volume. Steal. 370-page Demons Omnibus, 40 pages. I love this series, guys, so much. Like My Sexy Witch Academia is one of those series where I'm like this was supposed to be something really stupid, like a parody. And then once we started making it, I restarted the whole series, restarted the whole story, and talked to the artist. I was like, yo, we're making this a serious book. Obviously we do have some comedy elements and whatnot, but this is a very serious story. What do you do when you are the story is basically you have Harriet Pope. She is the strongest witch of all time, and she has to keep that complete secret because she's being hunted. She's being hunted by every bad witch and wizard you can imagine. She's attending school at Raven's Academy for Witches and Wizards because she's looking for something called the Chaos Shards. And that's kind of her mission. She has to find the Chaos Shards and destroy them. So it has a very slice of life feel. The pacing is very interesting in this. I feel like we haven't even cracked the surface of this story, but if we can, I'd love to get this to the full 12 chapters. That would be 6. That would be sick because if we do the full 12 chapters, that is the full story for this series. So go check it out. Link in the chat, link in the description. I discounted all the, I discounted all of the catch-up tiers because I really wanted people to get in them. So this, come on. So for this digital catch-up, is only $16. It should probably be close to like 27, $30, but I wanted to make sure that like people could get in. And then with the physical catch up, this should easily be $30. Brought it down by $4, because we want people to get into the series. So appreciating all the new readers, 28 new readers right here, 45. So we've added probably 70 new readers to this. Plus a lot of new readers have been. Actually, I can always just like check to see like what the new readers are. You can always tell by like the amount of number ones they sell. A number one. Yeah, so we're around, let's see, 46. Yeah, so we're around like 70 plus new readers on this series. So that's fantastic. All right, let's go out. So this tweet caused some talking. People were talking about it, let's see. There were some comments in here and I was like, no. Larry put, I see children's books there, not comics. And this is another problem with older comic book readers, is they don't consider these comic books because they're not in floppy format. They're not 20 pages. And that's a disagreement that, Larry and I have had constantly, is like, what is a comic? What is a comic? And to me, like, these are comics. And, this is what's crazy. So we're right here at this, like, where it says Mexikid, is like, there's like 10 Marvel comics. There's just 10 Marvel comics, and all they are old reprints of like comics from the 60s and 70s. No offense, me as a kid would not want to read those at all. I wouldn't want to read those. I want to read like more modern day art, and so do my kids, honestly. And everyone's talking about Dogman. I was talking with Tim Lim the other day, and he was like, Tyler, you should talk about this topic. Let me pull up the message. He says, here's a topic for you. Is Dogman's success formula replicable? And I asked him, I was like, do you want to do like a video together? And I went, because I don't actually think it is replicable. And then he was like, no, you should just do it on your own. But I do agree that, and then he agreed that it wasn't replicable. And here's the thing, the reason why Dogman isn't replicable for any kind of indie, let alone I think the mainstream, is because of Dave Pilkey. Dave Pilkey has been in the industry for 10, 20 years. Like 20 years minimum. Dude, I was reading Captain Underpants. So he already proved himself with Captain Underpants, building out that IP. He was able to prove that, hey, I can move titles. I can move units. It wasn't going to be a hard sell for him to get into the children's book market. The children's book market is wild. When I worked at a publisher, like, children's books were really good sellers, but they were really expensive to make. You had to do them in hardback because children's books are made in hardback. Every time we did paperbacks, they didn't sell. The authors would be pissed. And then to get shelf space in the children's book market was incredibly hard. And that's the thing, like, to creators who are like, how are we going to get our books in front of the kids? To me, like, if that's your goal, to get your books in front of children because your book is a kid-friendly book, like, you shouldn't even, in my opinion, worry about things like Kickstarter or Indiegogo. Like, you should only, like, unless it's like there to get capital to fund, but really, honestly, in my opinion, you should be focusing on posting your book on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and then putting it on Amazon. Like, Amazon should be the biggest online focus for you to sell your book. I won't even say your own store. I'd say honestly focus on Amazon. Now, there were some people who didn't. There's a lot of people in this thread that didn't agree with what I was saying. I mean, you get 11,000 views, you're gonna have some people. One of the people was the legendary Tony James. And this was because I put the thing that mainstream publishers and comic book shops need to realize is this: the floppy model doesn't translate well with the new generation. Why go to a boutique store every week for a new 20-page chapter that I can read on my phone? Why not just read the endless trades at Barnes & Noble? The death of the floppy for mainstreams is something that will happen in the next 10 years, in my opinion. And some people didn't like that. Some people didn't like that. And that's fine. Like, these are just my opinions. But, you know, we can always thwart them. Go against them. Have civil discussion. This is from the legendary Tony James, who did go into my DMs this week, and he was very funny. Hope he's having a good one. He writes, it's crazy that, like, he blocks me, but he still, like, will retweet my stuff. Very gay. The new generation still buys floppies at several local comic stores. It's a matter of preference, not age. So let's dispute these one by one. And then, yes, there are still a generation of people that are going to buy floppies, but honestly, the data says otherwise. The data says that that comic book sales are going down, despite, like, with a few exceptions. With a few exceptions. So, yeah, like here's the thing: new age people, regardless, the numbers say that everyone else is reading their floppies on their phone. Very few. It's a decline. Next, going trade only is asking for a binge model, which is killing television at the moment. Not really like a dispute though. And here's the thing: trade only is not a binge model because, well, yeah, it is. It is, but there's nothing wrong with it. It's like, for me, if I had $10 to spend, would I spend it on like 2 floppy comics, or would I spend it on a trade paperback? I would spend it on a trade paperback. $20, I'd spend it and get 2 trade paperbacks. So, like, this trade only thing isn't, like, once again, go back to this. This is trade only. Okay, people want books. They don't want floppies. There is no death of the floppy. Newspapers are still in print. The content needs to be strong. And this is I think, where I disagree. I agree that the content needs to be strong. Content always needs to be strong. By the way, what are your guys' thoughts? Like, let me know in the comments. I see the chat is here, but we need some more engagement. What are your guys' thoughts on all of this? There is no death of the floppy. Newspapers are still in print. Yeah, newspapers are still in print, but what's getting more traction, you know, for like the New York Times? Is it the print, or is it their online site with their subscription every year? What's the Washington Post? Are they hiring tons of newspaper staff writers, or are they trying to get a bunch of online staff writers? You know, I was going to work at a newspaper. Like my degree is in journalism. You know, it's funny. Tony James is like, Tyler's not a writer. He's not a storyteller. My guy. My degree is in writing. My degree is in journalism. My goal was to write articles upon articles, and I still do a lot of writing for my job. But yeah, so like, I dispute that. Like, I think, like, I don't know if, like, I don't think the trade only thing is a bad model just because there's so many trades. So, like, it doesn't matter. The new generation, like, I just don't believe that the new generation in droves are buying floppies, because the numbers just don't suggest it. The numbers aren't saying that they're there. J-Bot. Okay, caught up. You were watching it at 2x speed. I'm too dang busy to buy floppies. I was going every Wednesday for a few months, but haven't been back to my local comic store since October. Ordering online and digital is just more convenient. And, like, people don't realize that. Like, you talk to some people and they'll be like, oh, you're just lazy. You're just lazy. It's like, no, like, I need convenience. Like, that's what I need. I need convenience. You know, life is so busy. I barely have time. I never like go out. I never go out. Like, I wake up, I go to work, and I come home. I don't want to, like, go out. If I can, I will order my groceries and then, like, pick them up on the way home, or if I'm feeling, you know, frisky, I'll get them delivered to my house. You know, I don't want to go to a comic book store once a month to pick up a stack of books that I'm then just going to throw into a box. You know, if especially if it's just a chapter, if it's just an issue, a portion of a story, I would rather read it on my phone and then buy the trade later on, the collected trade, if I ever want to reread it. J-Bot, yeah, I'd also rather have a trade on a bookshelf than in a long box. Once they go in the box, they never come out. I agree. Like, I want to see it. I want to walk past. Right now, I can't really walk past my bookshelf. But, like, I've got some books down here. Like, I want to be able just to pick up the book and go, yeah, let me pick it up. Let me start reading this. I don't want to have to, like, pull it out, take it out of the sleeve, read it, and then put it back in the sleeve, find the next one. Like, I don't want to do that. Also, I just don't want endless amounts of just boxes and boxes sitting around in my house. Like, it's just so ugly. It's so ugly. Like, seriously, like, comic book long boxes. Like, ugh, I don't want this in my house. Like, that looks so ugly. Like, I don't like this. I don't like it one bit. Nope, I'm not feeling it. Are you guys feeling it? I'm personally not feeling it. I'm not feeling this. Like, this kind of makes it look okay. Like, this one kind of makes it look okay because they have, like, a cover. So, like, that looks cool. Like, this is kind of cool. Yeah, they're not displayable. Yeah, I'm just not feeling this. You know what I want, though? I want this. Not this. Not this. I want this. You know? I want this. I want all my collected books, my series, next to each other. And then you can put your figurines in the empty spaces. You can decorate it. Like that. That looks nice. Look at the uniformity as well. Oh my gosh. Chad, yeah, it's not displayable. Killer Cam 360, it looks like it belongs in a storage unit, 100%. Nanji, I totally agree on floppies. Floppies suck as a reading experience. They suck as a rereading experience. They take up so much space. Achille Billy shows are dope. J-Bot, it's also easily accessible for reference or inspiration for us artists. I'd rather have my own library than a bunch of boxes. That's just me. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I sound like a hater. But I used to go to the comic book store every Wednesday. It was really easy when I was single and I didn't have like crazy hours and responsibilities at the job, or I didn't have a family. It was really easy for me to go, oh yeah, I'm just going to go to the comic book store real quick. And pick up my comics and I enjoy it. I mean, I did enjoy like reading every month the latest issue of Batman. Like, I seriously enjoyed it. But then it just got to a point where I'm like, I kind of want things more faster, more accessible. Like, I just got to a point where I started like missing issues. And well, actually what happened, the problem was the Batman Rebirth schedule. They started shipping these out twice a month. And so what was easy to like schedule, like, okay, I can find time once a month to go. Now it was, okay, I've got to come now twice a month if I want to be able to catch up with the reading and be part of the conversation. So that sucked. And then when they did Batman Eternal, Batman and Robin, this one was weekly. This one came out weekly, and that was even harder to catch up with. And it just got to a point where I just stopped going because I didn't have the time to go. And then eventually I just stopped going in general. By the way, this was a kind of cool series. I'm not going to lie. But here's the thing. Okay, so here's the thing. I would love to reread this. Because I'm like, looking at the covers, I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of remember some of this stuff. I have them all in a long box. I have them all in a long box, okay? And if you think about it, okay, how many issues was this? Where do they have it? They say how many issues it is. I think it was like 24 issues. Let's just do the math, guys. Let's just do the math real quick. 624 pages. Okay, so yeah, it's 24, 26. It's 26 issues. Okay, so 26 issues. So I spend 26 issues times by $4.99. I spent in total for this entire series $130, when I could have just gotten the omnibus for $60. Because it's 40% off now. Granted, it's normally $100. Even then, I could have saved $28, and I could have it on my shelf, and I could just pick it up whenever I wanted. Accessibility. But no, now like if I don't want to have to just find all the issues. Hopefully they're all in the right long box, in the right order, blah blah blah. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. Oh yeah, this is Ben Dunn. He's posting about he was posting about like the end of small press comics because of Diamond, and like Nicholas Mueller, good friend, is like, what can be done? What should be done? And honestly, like I think if we go back to this, I honestly think every small publisher needs to be like, I was looking at Band of Bards, for example. They were like, and we have the chief heart officer, the chief diversity officer. I'm like, none of you motherfuckers have any salespeople. If I was a publisher, this is how I'd go. You need the founder, because they have the vision. Then you're gonna have acquisitions, an acquisition person, an editor, and pre-press. That's it. This is for something like AP. Because like over here you have the creators doing their things, and then they're bringing everything over. Okay. Then you have your salesperson, your marketing, and then your sales. And then let's just go another. You could really just start with two people. And what this person's going to do, what this person is going to be doing is outreach. And then also they're going to be helping the marketing person with the content. This is paid advertising. And what these people are going to focus on is Amazon, B2C, their own like online store, and then building up their social media. And this outreach thing is going to be doing the more B2B and reaching out to stores. And this person's job is to pitch these books. So the salesperson is going to be like, yo, dude, sometimes I just want to punch people. Gosh, man, I have this one client that I have to deal with. They're all women, and they're the most incompetent, retarded women in the world. So I like seriously, the most incompetent, retarded women. Anyways, and yeah, like this is how I would run if I was a small publisher. This is what I would do. I'd have me, the founder. You have your acquisitions, your editorial, your pre-press, and then you have your salespeople. And then you probably have to have like some warehouse people, like some 2 or 3 warehouse people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8 employees. I think that's so doable. 2, 3, 4, 5. So doable. What are you working on tonight? Well, I'm showcasing how I would run a small press business if I had one. I then earlier today I talked about the current model of publishing comics in the mainstream, which is the publishers make books that they have to print, go to Diamond, go to the retail store, and by the time they do all that, they probably make $1. The consumer had to pay $20 for their 5 books, and the publisher gets out of that $20 maybe $5. But instead of the $5, what if they charged the customer $5 a month on a digital app where they got to read unlimited books? Therefore, instead of the consumer being constrained with only 5 books a month physically, they can read unlimited books digitally. Now the consumer is reading more comics. They're getting into more series. Now they have more money to invest because it's not $20 they're investing. They're only investing 5, and now that gets them to buy more trades, more series, more money for the publisher. Travis Gibb. So am I the red person, the green people, the purple, and if you're an indie person, you're all of the above. Yeah, so if you're all of the above. Trav. Actually, no. This is you. You are everyone, but this is your wife. This is your wife. I know that for a fact. Because I know she does all the editing for the books. And then let's see what else. Massive. What else are we working on? Massive. Did you know? Mary? Did you know? Did you know that we have a Kickstarter currently for My Sexy Witch Academia? I am now following along. Continue. We have a Kickstarter going on, Massive, so that's currently what we are funding, My Sexy Witch Academia, number 1, 2, and 3. Very excited to be working on this series. The goal, guys, is to get to chapter 12. The goal is for us to get to chapter 12 of the series, so... Right now, if we get to 15,000, this gets us to chapter 6. If we do 20,000, it'll just keep us going. The goal is to do all 12 chapters, though. The goal is to do all 12 chapters. We got some fantastic interior art, though. Like Tommy is killing it once again with the interior art. Love his art. Like these pages are sick. Like this double page spread is so freaking awesome. My bad. And then awesome covers. You know, the standard cover. Someone was like, "Yo, Tyler, you put a nudie cover like at the very front of your campaign. That was so generous of you." I'm like, "Yeah, you're welcome." They're like, "Oh my gosh, you saved me so much money." So yeah, I think like cover A and cover D are my favorites, but like I really like cover E. Actually, I like all these covers because cover C is done by one of the artists who are working on that Harley Quinn farts book. I saw that like they were getting shit on Twitter, and I was like, I see you're getting shit on Twitter. Do you do commissions? Massive Panda, by the way, I got Megafist Volume 4 in the mail. Can't wait to read it. By the way, were we supposed to get a copy of My Q Coworker, or do I need to get that as an add-on? No, don't get that as an add-on. And so what happened, Massive, is that, and this actually super sucks. So, because I was like, I got the books for Girl with the Megafist, and I was like, okay, like I'm getting these shipped out ASAP. But I had these printed, and the printer was like, you're gonna get this like in March. And I was like, okay, no problem, whatever. So I did an order, and then they were like, oh, sorry, it was miscommunication. You're getting this like in a week. I shipped out all the Girl with the Megafist books, and then 4 days later, this book came onto my doorstep, and I was like, damn it. So I have like 500 of these books now. So don't get it physically on this campaign, because I'm going to be shipping this out to all U.S. readers here in the coming weeks. So if you back Girl with the Megafist 4 physically, you're going to be getting one of these. So don't worry about that. Ugh. All right. How are we doing, guys? Fly Blazer, by the way, thanks for my book. I loved it. Short version. I appreciate it. I hope you did. Man, I was always like, oh man, I gotta get this book. I gotta get this book out, you know? So I hope you like it, Fly Blazer. That, like, I'm really excited to drop Volume 5 this year. I'm going to start drawing it here in a couple weeks. And we will not be doing... oh no, I think I'm frozen. Am I frozen? I am. And what's up with that freaking, like, light? What's up with the thumbs up that's just chilling there? Why is the thumbs up just chilling there? What's happening? Am I in a different universe? You did a review? Okay. I need to tag me in it. What is happening? That was weird. That was weird, wasn't it? Alright, touch the thumb with your finger and pen, it will go away. But Tyler, are you gonna do? Okay, here we go. I got tag. Fly Blazer, tag me on Twitter. I wanna listen to your review. Maya Labo. By the way, Tyler, are you going to do indie bundles for exposure in the future? Like what the Lifeline Comics do to their Kickstarters? You know, I've thought about it. The problem is like. Sometimes like the logistics. I just need to like sit down and go, what should I do? Like how, like, I just need to talk to some creators and see like if they're down for that. Like there was like a slight time where like it was kind of controversial to do that. I don't personally have a problem with it. I've given out my books in several of these bundles, but I've never talked with other creators about it. I think for me, like a big thing like for me is like I don't do Kickstarter update swaps with people unless I feel like our audiences have similar like unless we're putting out similar books, then I'll be like, okay, I want us to do a Kickstarter update because it makes sense for us to do that together. But then like, you know, sometimes I'll have like people and they'll have like a superhero fantasy book and they want a superhero book and they want to do an update swap for My Sexy Witch Academia, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't think that's like, I just don't think it's gonna be the best. I don't think it's gonna be worth our time to do it, honestly. And so that's why, yeah, I'm very, very much like, okay, if we're going to do a Kickstarter update, it's got to be right. Like I'm right now working on one with Astral Comics, and they do a bunch of anime type. I'm like on my Twitter looking for Blight Blazers account because I don't know what the handle is. But I know they tweeted at one of my stuff recently, so I'm going to the notifications. Yeah, I know Astral Tickets Comics, they do a bunch of anime type comics, and so I was like, okay, this is this is a good creator to do a Kickstarter update with, because our audience is meshed together. We're doing the same niche, that kind of stuff. I'm gonna find this. I'm like in too deep. I found it. I literally found it. Bookmark. Alright, I found it. Okay. He's looking for me. Oh no, I found it, dude. I found it. I was like, I couldn't remember what your handle was. Which is stupid because I legit typed that whole freaking thing and like my search didn't come up. So that's so infuriating. It's now showing it to me, but it wasn't originally. Anger. So much anger. Touch the thumb with your finger, a pen, it will go away. Oh, frick. Massive Panda, okay, yeah, that sucks that it came right after you shipped Devil Line 4, but I can't wait to get that one too. Yeah, I'm excited about that one. Yeah, it sucks, man. Like, logistically, it sucks because I'm right now about to do fulfillment on Bold Assassin, Chapter 2. Right after this, I'm going to be doing fulfillment for Super Plumber Sisters 3. And then right after that, I'm doing fulfillment for probably My Sexy Witch Academia. And so I've got to also find time to just... Luckily, I just got to get a bunch of Gemini mailers, and then I'm just going to boom, 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 like just knock them out. But still, like, logistically, it sucks. Like, I'd rather spend time, drawing. I'd rather spend time... working on more comics. Like this week, what am I going to be working on? Where's my iPad? So this week, I'm going to be, like, gray toning Super Plumber Sisters. I'm also going to be getting the script sent over to Jose Garcia for this. I'm super excited about this. This was a really hard... Okay, so let me show you guys this. I don't care if I spoil it. This was really hard. This took all my skill. Okay. So this is Blackjack Duelist. I played Blackjack to save the world. A one-shot. Okay. So it starts off with... What's her name? I think it's Ruby Rose. Ruby Deadeye Rose. Anyways. Maya, really appreciate you answering my question. Hey, no problem. We have Maya, and she is she's about to enter the arena. She's telling us about all the battles that have occurred in this arena, because it's basically you gotta duel someone, you gotta fight to the death with someone, but you're also playing blackjack to get like power ups and like whatnot. And she's talking about all the death that's occurred with other worlds. You have the you have like I'm not gonna call him the Grandmaster because I already have that character. And the girl with the Megafist. I'll just come up with something else. Then you have the dealer. And then basically, it says go now. She has to fight this guy named Orion. He's got like kind of like a lightsaber looking thing. The dealer's explaining the rules. He hits the cards. She's like, I've got to survive this, man. And then the dealer's like, we're going to do like a rock train arena. He's like, are you guys ready? They're like, ready. So as they start, they go charging at each other. They're on opposite ends, so they got to find each other. The dealer puts out the cards, and for Ruby, She hits a 10, she hits a 3, so she's at 13, and then she says hit, and she gets a 6. So while she's looking to like kill the dude, she says stay, so we're at 19. Then we find out that the dealer busts, so now at 19 she gets, now because she beat the dealer, she has a choice to either heal herself or get a power up, because everyone gets like 100 lives HP. So she sees the guy, they're shooting at each other, he's blocking it, she dodges it, and they both scream power up. And we see this like huge explosion, and Ruby has taken 30 damage because he when he was playing blackjack with the dealer, he got a 20 and she only got a 19, so his power up was worth more. So then she starts shooting him, he takes some damage, the dealer puts out some new cards, and she hits, they both hit, blah, blah, and they both, hit like really good numbers, but then the dealer hits a 21. And because the dealer beats both of them, they each take 10 damage. They each take 10 damage, so they're both like, that hurt. And then, they're talking, she's trying to like, basically they're talking about like what it's like to be a gambler and whatnot, living on like high stakes. And he's like, I'm gonna save my world, blah blah. She comes in, double page spread, shooting him with her guns. He takes some damage. He says hit, and he busts. Like he shouldn't even hit that. It was a 17. And she's like, oh, he's distracted. She hits a 19. The dealer busts. So then she uses her heal. She uses a heal. Orion's in pain. The king dude is just super happy. She has a queen 2, which is 12. Orion has 16, and they're talking about like what it's like to be a gambler once again. And he's like, you're only a gambler if like you feel you like are tempted by the pain, blah blah. So he's like, I'm gonna go for it, even though he's already at a 16. He busts. He starts laughing because he's like, I'm an addict. She says like, shut up. She's at a queen 2, and she's like, you want to know how much of a gambler I am? She hits, so she hits a 4, so that gets her at 10, 12, 16. And then she's like, hit again, so now she hits a 19. And she's like, you want to see how ballsy I am? I'll do another hit. She's at 19. She hits the ace, so she gets a 20, and everyone's like, oh my gosh. And then the last page, we see the dealer. And the last page, we see the dealer. He flips over his card. It's a king and a 5. He flips up one card. We see the lightsaber fall. The king guy laughs, and then she's like, "I'll be seeing you." So like it ends in a cliffhanger. We don't know if she won, if she lost. We don't know what the dealer got, but that's like the nature. That's the nature of a one shot, is you have to you have to like, you can't give the full story sometimes. So, all right, guys, we're about to hit the hour. I need to go pack my bags for my trip tomorrow. What I need to do is I need to pack it. I have one order I need to package up, and then I need to get post office. I need to get the postage for some of these books. So like right before, on my way to the airport, I'm gonna hit up the post office. But yeah, if you haven't yet, go check out My Sexy. We got a backer. Thank you so much. It was at Blight Blazer. He says, after Megafist 4, I just backed that physical catch up tier. Hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Seriously, really appreciate it. So thank you guys so much. It's crazy. I do this. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a good idea or not. I always like to look at like past campaigns and see how we're doing. So like by the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. By the 10th day, we were at 11,629, and currently this is already updated. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're on the 7th day. So we're on the 7th day. So we're 3 days ahead of where we're at, of where we were with the My Sexy Witch Academia 2. God, it'd be so cool to hit another 20K campaign. But we just got to bring the readers in. We got to do some more marketing. So you're probably going to see me, you guys are probably going to see me do some videos, short form videos on my channel on various topics this week. Got to do that marketing, you know. So I'm probably going to talk about some of the books I'm reading and whatnot. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Let's, I love this tradition of us finding some outro music. This could be a good one. Nope, don't like that. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, if you're still here, okay. I have a YouTube channel that I haven't been telling anyone about, and one of my YouTube shorts has done 1.5 million views, and everyone's always like, everyone's like, the song is dope, and I have yet to find the song. I haven't been able to find the song. I just grabbed on my Artlist.io and I just said, like, these are random songs, and I just hit this one. I think this is it. I found the song. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is all right, this will be it. Oh, this is great. Guys, thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys this week. I'll see you guys next Monday for a live show. What a freaking night. Peace. Did you guys see those balloons? Great show, great topics. How I would run my business if I was a publisher. How I would fix mainstream comic publishers, and some other good stuff. Good show. Peace out.